Hello, my name is Shartae Richardson, founder and host of Women Minding Their Own Business, a platform that honors women entrepreneurs. As you know, the 2024 Women's History Month is coming up in the month of March. This year's theme is Women Who Advocate for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. And to kick us off, we have a very beautiful young woman, Miss Yvette Mack, who's going to tell us a little bit about her entrepreneurial journey. And she has some really good gems of wisdom for us. So I hope you are as excited as I am to hear about her story. Miss Mack?
Hello, how are you about this? I was kind of overwhelmed and elated because, being a woman entrepreneur, it holds a lot of hats, as everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you are the marketing person, you're the manufacturer, you're the buyer, you're the accountant, you're the worker, the workforce, right? And the worker bee.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, you stay up late at night. My journey with being an entrepreneur really stemmed from my dad. My dad was an entrepreneur with property, and he played the game of Monopoly. And my mom says, "Well, why don't we get into real estate?" So my dad's like, "Hmm." So this was in Virginia. So dad bought a lot of property just like he was playing the game. And I just think that bloodline of entrepreneurship is kind of handed down to me. Well, everybody knows that we have a bit of entrepreneurship in all of us.
Yes.
If you think it, your mind, you put it on paper and you bring it to life, right?
Mhm. That's true.
So, and as far as me, I belong to one of the Divine Nine sororities. And during the induction, I was asked to sew pillows. So during that, I had to make 100 pillows for my sorority sisters
Wow.
and kind of moved on from there. So I started a satin pillowcase company called Definitely Satin, and it's care for your hair and face. Sleep on a satin pillowcase because you're worth it.
Oh,
So I felt right. I felt that why couldn't us as women of color enjoy a luxury product at an affordable price?
absolutely.
So it was wonderful, wonderful. So the word got out. At this time, I hadn't got my full-time job yet, and I had just had my first child. So I
Wow.
went into a hair salon called Lawrence and Colbert. And just fresh out the bat, I learned how to sew because remember we had to sew for the sorority. And so he says, "Come in at 7 a.m. and then I'll buy your product." And
Wow.
I'm a morning person, so I was there at 6:45, knocking on his door with these satin pillowcases. I have chills here, guys. And so he says, "Okay, I will take a unit." Well, being new in the business, I had to kind of research what is a unit. And
Mhm.
then somebody says a unit is whatever you choose it to be, a dozen, 2 dozen, 100. So I said, "Well, I can give you a half a dozen." So he says, "Can you bring them tomorrow?" I'm like, "Sure." Always yes, right? Always yes. So sure enough, I stayed up with my little baby next to me. My husband was already at work, so we had our satin. So that was the first business, and I was known as the satin lady. And I have clients that wanted satin pillowcases, and the satin season opens up in March and ends in November because
Wow.
satin is cold. But I tell you, so every November, from any of the satin pillowcases that I didn't sell, I would have a sale and just sell them half price because we had product we needed to move it.
Mhm.
So from that, then I got my full time job because I work for the government. So we went ahead and just digressed from that, but I had a best friend, Deborah Campbell, who was graduating from San Diego State. And she says, "Yvette, I know you make your satin pillowcases, but can you make me a satin graduation sash?" And always the answer is yes. So, so I said, okay. And I attempted to make a sash. And she says, can you add some little African material on it? I said, yes. So, I ventured downtown and there's a section off of Ninth. And I went to one of these stores and I got this really beautiful woven material. And she says, Yvette, that's it. She goes, I need 50. I said,
Wow.
yes. Right. And then she says, well, I need you to embroider this. So, as entrepreneurs, we find out different vendors. So I went to the business of a business, I guess, kind of yellow pages, business to business, and found an embroiderer. I found somebody that could sew my satin sashes for her, and I was able to deliver it. Now, did I drive it down? Yes, I did. I went down. So that's how it started. So
Can I interject something really quickly?
yes, ma'am.
So, what caught my ear was that you went to the yellow pages.
Business to business. Yes.
We didn't have like what we have now with Google, and you could get information and people's information like in seconds. You had to go to the yellow pages and look up another business to partner with,
Yes.
so that you could deliver your product to your client.
Yes, ma'am.
That sounds like some great grit, determination, and commitment.
Thank you. Yes.
Kudos. Now,
Thank you.
how important is that? Because a lot of people will nowadays get into business for themselves and say, I'm an entrepreneur. And then when they get into it, they find out this is not as easy as we thought. And there are some who either give up or feel like giving up. So, what advice would you have for them?
Well, being an entrepreneur means you give up your 9 to 5 to pick up a Monday or a 7/24. Okay. So you gotta love what you do. You have to enjoy it. You have to find something in it that gives you meaning and purpose. If I do this, I'm gonna get this. And then you always need to set a bar for yourself. And that sounds cheesy. Everybody says, yes, set a bar. No. In 4 months, I want to be able to meet this mark. I'll give you a good example. I went to a workshop, and in the workshop, I'm sure that people have always done this. So I did this, and they mailed it to me a year later, and I was able to complete 6 of the things that were on that list. And I think it was a total list of 6. So I was able to do that. Now, I was kind of skeptical when I was doing this, but you had mentioned the word grit. To me, what grit means is the passion and the determination to do whatever you need to do to get that item or project done. No matter if you stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning, I have done that.
Oh, yeah.
And no matter if you go out of the city to get your product, because this is the only vendor that sells it, you're going to do what you need to do in order to meet the goal. And what it is a personal goal. I think the drive comes from my dad. The drive of meeting a goal, because I'm a real goal-oriented person. I start with the small goal, and then I complete that. Then I go to the next goal until I achieve what I need to achieve. Yeah, I wanna kind of bring up a little scenario where you say you do what you have to do to get it done. Well, when I was making these graduation sashes, my daughter, at this point, she's like 6. And we have a couple of colleges, Cal State Dominguez and Cal State Northridge. And then I was kind of challenged. I didn't have the staffing. So I asked my daughter, are you sick today? Do you want to stay home? She goes, you want to stay home? You don't feel good? She says, no, Mom, I'm okay. I said, you don't look good. You look green. Here, come on. We're going to stay home today. So we did that. And she remembers that. But as far as the drive, yeah, right? As far as the drive, you have to do what you got to do. You have to do what you got to do because it's you. It's your product.
Yeah,
It's your name. It's your brand. And
absolutely.
then I'm all about customer service. And that's what they remember. It's the little things is what they remember. Even if it's that little heart on the package or
Yeah.
thank you for supporting me, it's
Yes.
those things.
Mm-hmm. That's good, and I'm glad that you brought out like this measuring rod, so to speak, because one could think that um, I don't know. I guess things will go smoothly, and if you set like a 5 year plan, and if things don't come about in 5 years, then a lot of people get discouraged. But I love the fact that you said you start small. And then after each goal that you accomplish, then you move on to the next. Even if you don't accomplish it within that time frame, I think is very key for those of us as entrepreneurs to really understand that it's I love what you said. It's better to think of it as I set this goal and I accomplished it. So now I'm going to move forward to the next one.
And you always have to give your best. You always have to give your best. And if you slack off, then it shows in your product.
Oh,
And if you start early and be the best that you can be, and it will follow you because you're creating a standard for yourself. Um, I have had the pillowcases, and then from the pillowcases were the graduation sashes. Now, the graduation sashes, okay, so I'm going to tell you about these graduation sashes.
please do.
I am the original designer of those graduation sashes that you see at USC. Okay. Started out, and then my kids can attest. So it is there's a story behind this because you have my drive, my grit, but then I started to get these 1,000 product orders, and you have to go out and seek um, partnerships. Um, so I was a little fish that swam into a big fish. So, with that, so what I ended up having to do, because I still had a government job, I
Mhm.
still had children. So I couldn't quit my government job to go work my business, which I joined forces with the graduation companies, Jostin, Herb
Mhm.
Jones. And here
Mhm.
I am, this woman, of one, and all my different vendors, and I couldn't compete. And
Mhm.
I couldn't compete. So what had to happen is I had to sell it.
Mhm.
So, but then was offered an opportunity to work for the company that bought the graduation sashes. Now, the the product is mine. My name is on it. I am the original designer of it for, I would say, for 25 years.
Mhm.
I was able to get a residual check of $18,000 cash every
Wow.
year.
Wow.
And I tell you, not only it sent my kids to college, it bought houses, got cars. Make sure you have all your insurances. Make sure you have
Mhm.
all your licensing.
Mhm.
It's so important because you can say yes, 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 and yes. Because I've been approached. Do you have this license? Yes, I do. Do you have this permit? Yes, I do. Do you
Mhm.
have a business bank account? Yes, I do. Do you
Mhm.
have a business credit card? Yes, I do. Do you have funding? Yes, I do.
Mhm.
So always take care of your business. Always take care of your business because your business will take care of you. And it
Great.
has. So we started purchasing balloon equipment with the sash money that was coming. So I said, okay. I was famous worldwide with the sashes. I said, okay, I want to be famous again. How do I do that? right? I feel it. I know it. I love it. I love the drive. I love the attention. And if you're good at what you do, you're going to get attention and you're going to love it. But you must stay humble. You must stay humble.
Mm,
You
that's
may
a good nugget. Good
stay
nugget.
humble, and then always appreciate people who appreciate you and your
Mm-hmm.
product. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because any other product they can get, but if they like yours,
Yeah.
so much. Thank you. Is there any way I can improve? Pull them for some ideas. Well, maybe if you do this, you got it, and then reference them. So we started to buy balloon equipment, and I really wanted to kind of get famous, and I just started to love the craft. And my daughter was getting older, and so I was. Then I had my second child, Maya. So I have two daughters, Kalila and Maya,
Oh,
and wanted a birthday party, and I paid somebody astronomical amount of money to do some balloons. Now, I'm an entrepreneur, so I was like, hmm. So I went
so
into the
can
balloon
we safely
business.
say this was the third business idea?
Oh yes, you can. Wow, I know, right?
Beautiful.
So So what happened? I started doing balloons for just friends. I said, "Let me do your balloons." Then I started doing balloons at church. I go to Clarence C. McClendon, Church of the Harvest, and I've been there for years. And I said, "I can do your balloons, Bishop McClendon." You can? I said, "I won't charge you." So for 10 Sundays, I said 10 Sundays, I'd be at the Hollywood Palladium, 5 a.m., doing balloons, welcoming the guests. And do you
Wow.
know, as of today, I still do balloons for the church for their New Year's Eve.
Wow.
So, girl, so now I needed to really get into the balloons. So remember, I've been doing balloons at the church for years.
Mhm.
And so this one young lady comes and says, "I'm a CBA, which is a certified balloon artist. And Yvette doesn't have a certification. So I'm going to take the contract." And they took my balloon contract. And I was just devastated. And so I said, I'm an entrepreneur. Remember that. I said, I'm going to get me a CBA. So I reached out to the Balloon Network. There's a network of balloon designers that do all the balloons for corporate events, commercials. So I reached out to them and I tell
Mhm.
them, I want to be a CBA because I want my contract back. Because you took my contract from church that I've been
Wow.
doing for a lifetime. Remember the Hollywood Palladium
Yes.
in everything I poured out?
Hmm.
So they said, well, come to the meeting and we'll see. So I went to this meeting and I was just so nervous. But I had taken one balloon class at one of these balloon vendors, and there was a lady by the name of Amanda Armstrong, well known in the balloon industry, does all the big corporate events. And then I was just blown away because she does what I do. So when
Hmm.
I went to the work, there she was. And then I said, "Hi, I'm Yvette. I just think you're so great." And she's looking at me, and this is a white lady, and she's looking at me with blonde hair, real pretty lady. She says, "Okay, hi." I said, "I am such a fan." Amanda Armstrong. I said, as you know, I was helping her. I said, "I want to be a CBA." That's good. A CBA means that you can do commercials, you can do corporate events, you can go ahead and charge thousands of dollars for balloons. I said, So not only was I going to get my church contract back, but I was going to make thousand dollars in balloons. So I volunteered for her for about a year to learn. And then
Wow.
the opportunity to become a CBA came up, and it was a book. And I tell you, I felt like it was a midterm. So I took that CBA test. There were 28 people that took the tests, only 18 people passed. I was number 8. Now,
Wow.
that number 8 is not the sign of beginning,
New beginnings.
new beginnings. So I am in tears. I passed the CBA test. I am a CBA. So I'm going back to church to get my contract back. And they
Absolutely.
gave it to me. Got my
Oh,
contract back. I sure did, girl. I sure
very
did go back.
good.
And I said, I'm a CBA just like her, and I go to the church. And there's no reason why you will not have me work for the church. And she does not work for the church, the lady who came in.
Right.
Yeah. Yvette. Okay, Yvette, you're in. Sorry. We got our girl back.
I just love, like, you are just a walking example of like true grit and commitment. I just want to highlight the fact that when you lost your contract, you kept that really positive mindset saying, I'm going to get this back because it was mine in the first place. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you sought out somebody who was really excellent in the field. Like, who knew that making balloons, you would need a certification? Of course, it makes sense now. But the fact that you put in the effort because you're going to get that contract back. And you put in the effort, it goes back to you saying you got to do whatever you got to do. Okay. And then you volunteered to a sister, like an apprentice. I don't know if apprenticeship is still in art today, but it should be. Volunteered. Like, you didn't get paid in money, but you did get paid in knowledge
and
and
knowledge.
knowing how to work that business,
Yes,
which
honey.
to me is a greater payoff than somebody, giving you cash, because you went right back to working for yourself in true entrepreneurial form. And I think that is amazing that you dedicated yourself for an entire year to learn that craft,
Yes.
sharpen your skill set, and then get the certification to start your new beginnings as a CBA. Is that what it's called?
Certified balloon artist. Yes, I'm nationally known.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You are that girl.
There was a company, I just want to cry. Forgive me if I get choked up.
It's okay.
That saw my card and the card jumped out. So I get this call from Chase saying we're doing a Chase commercial. And she says to me that your card was the most colorful card on the board, and we want to know if you would like to do balloons for a commercial. And she says to me, are you a CBA? And remember, I was saying you got to say yes. Say yes, yes. I said yes. You have this license? Yes. Do you have this permit? I said yes. I said yes. And I was very blessed and honored to do a Chase commercial for that commercial and being a CBA. And all I wanted to do was get my contract back to church.
Wow.
So now, okay, you go on and you get these contracts, you get big contracts. So I started to pour into other people and started to hire staff and to help me. And I hired a gentleman by the name of Mackey. I try and hire African Americans because this field is very slim with African American balloon designers. And Mackey, he's been in the field for a while. Marvin, he helps me too. I brought him up with me. And now I have a new team, and they just want, yeah, we can carry this, we can do this. I'm like, oh, this is okay. So I was hired recently just to bring it here today to do the host hotel for one of the floats for the Rose Parade.
Wow.
The Louisiana float, and I did their host hotel. And then they says, well, can you do our reception? So I said, yes. Now.
Yes.
Girl, yes. Yes, I can do that. Yes, yes, and yes. So they says, we're flying down from Louisiana. Can you meet with us on Monday at 5? Now, be ready. Remember I was saying, because it's coming. Yep. So I put a press package together. I went online and asked for a press package. I researched how to put a press package together. I did the introductory letter. I had photos. I had my resume. I had testimonies, and I had a little keepsake gift for them. And I tell you, when I met with them, I was at the bar at the Hilton, and I was drinking my soda. I said, I'm getting ready to bid for a job. And the guy's like, well, I'm gonna pray for you real quick. And he prayed, this white guy just prayed for me. I said, I received that. I said, thank you in the name of Jesus. So went over there and met with an African-American gentleman, a white lady, and for now. So she says to me, this is our lead designer. I said, how you doing? Mm-hmm. How are you doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Already didn't like me, number one. My own people didn't even like me. So I said, I'm gonna wow you. Don't worry, I'm gonna wow you. And there was another lady. So he says, okay, well, tell us a little bit about you. And I told him I'm Yvette, I'm Yvette's design, Yvette's balloon designs. I've been in business about good 20 years. So I said, do you have anything to show us? I had 3 envelopes, 3 folders. I said, this is for you, this is for you, and this is for you. They opened it up and I had mine. So, and I said, okay, I just wanted to kind of show you some ideas and who I am and pull. I said, oh, this is a keepsake for you. Oh, this is cute, right? So anyway, talked about who I was, talked about some of the things. And I said, well, you ready to see some pictures? So I'm telling you, I scoured and looked for some Louisiana designs. They wanted balloons that look like pearls. I found those. They wanted a Mardi Gras theme with masks. I found those. I was scouring, looking, not only with Pinterest, Google, imaging. I was everywhere, putting stuff together. So to make a long story short, then another man comes and sits. And I said, hello, sir. He says, how are you doing? He was the money man. And then they says, are you comfortable charging us this price? I said, sir, I am very comfortable charging you this price. And you will get top-notch deliverance from my company. You will be more than happy with my. He says, okay, we're going to go ahead and just take care of this bill, the whole bill.
Wow.
Right now. They paid me $7,000 on the spot. Okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Yes, we will see you then. So I go into the bathroom.
Of course.
So I said, okay, so now calm down, Yvette. Okay. So now I had to tell Amanda Armstrong, who is a mentor, and she says, Yvette, very good, very good. And then, she gave back to me. Remember that one year I volunteered? She says, we're going to go ahead and piece this contract together. I'm going to be with you, but we're going to work this out. And I tell you, this woman helped me not only order all the supplies that I needed, gave me a sample of her template of the contract that the people that worked for me, because they couldn't take pictures or post. That was the agreement.
Correct.
And so she met with me at least 5 times.
Wow.
So we met right in October. I had to start setting up on December 28th. Because remember, the Rose Parade was on the 1st. Mm-hmm. All the people were coming in. I had to be at the Rose Bowl. I've never in my life been at the Rose Bowl in one of the suites decorating it.
Wow.
So the gentleman who came with me, Marvin, he started crying. I said, Marvin, I want to cry too, but let's get this job done. He says, oh my God, Yvette, thank you so much. I said, I know, Marvin. I know, honey. Because remember, I brought him up with me. I said, it's okay. It's okay. They say, bring your people to the top with you.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are your loyal people.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I have 3 students who are brought with me, and they were just, oh my God. I said, everybody relax. So let's get this done, and show them everything. And I paid them so well.
That is amazing. The theme is women who advocate for equity, diversity, and inclusion. So tell us what that means to you. And then how do you see yourself incorporating that in your everyday life, your business?
Well, I think equity is big. Not only to fight for what is right for you. So remember, there was that contract that I lost. All it is just having support behind you, seeing somebody that does what you do. Mm-hmm. And on my team, I have Asian Americans, I have American Indians, I have African Americans. So
Wow.
if we go to a venue, I have an array of minorities, and we're going to go ahead and produce this event for you in excellent manner, excellent,
Mm-hmm.
because we can bring it as a minority as top as the top designers. We can bring it, and I say that hire my company because I am a minority company, and I'm a Black woman entrepreneur, and
Wow.
then it's important. It's important to believe in equity, because equity gives us the balance. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have balance, what do you have?
Mm-hmm.
You have to support, everybody. And if you can see the gems in others that can contribute to your overall goal,
Yes.
then it's a win-win for everybody. And it creates
Absolutely.
memories, and they love working for me, and you pay everybody well. I pay
Yes.
everybody well. I give envelopes.
I think you summed it all up very, very beautifully. Very beautifully. I like to call the a variety of ethnicities. Um, I think I heard my former pastor, Pastor Pipkin, referred to it as a mixed bouquet.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
oh my God, this has been really, really fulfilling and satisfying for me. I learned
Oh,
something, and I hope that when this is posted, that other people will be inspired, which I know they will. But if someone wanted to hire your company,
yes.
please give us your information. We're going to have it embedded in this post. But where are you located? Phone
Sure.
number? Hmm.
Yeah. So I first want to say I'm all over social media. But go ahead and just do it. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Yelp, we're on Google, we're on Pinterest, we're on the Knot. Yeah, we're everywhere. And guess who was social media? My company. And I was one of the companies that COVID helped. So Party
Wow.
City was closed. They called me. You remember those drive-by parties that everybody
Oh,
had?
yeah.
I was one of them. So, but we're located in Pasadena.
Mhm.
You see Yvette's Balloons, YVETTES balloons at gmail.com. Hit me up on my website, Yvette'sBalloons.com. Go to all the social media platforms. I'm there. Look at my work. Um, Go to the website, see some great testimonies.
Mhm.
And yeah, if you need balloons, we're here for you. Our old slogan is "We create the wow factor." Our new slogan: every event needs balloons.
Oh, beautiful. I certainly appreciate you for doing this with me. Thank you so much. Success to you and your business in the future.
So,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Thank you. So, if you're having any type of event, birthdays, wedding anniversaries, or whatever, please reach out to Miss Yvette. Again, her information will be embedded in this post, and it's always appreciated whenever you can support any of the entrepreneurs on this platform. Until then, as Miss Yvette said so well, let us excel, elevate, and evolve. Thank you. Bye bye.